The lantern keeper of Avelora, in the mist-shrouded town of Avelora, nestled between the jagged peaks of the Silverfang Mountains, there lived a young woman named Elara. She was the town's lantern keeper, a position passed down through generations of her family. Each night, she would light the thousands of lanterns that lined the winding streets, casting a warm glow that kept the shadows at bay. But Avelora was a town of secrets, and the darkness held more than just ordinary night. It held things that whispered in the corners of one's mind. Elara had always felt a connection to the lanterns. She claimed she could hear them hum softly when she polished their glass or trimmed their wicks. Her grandfather, who had been the previous keeper, often said she was listening to what others could not. Most dismissed it as fanciful imagination, but Elara knew there was truth in it. One evening, as a bitter wind howled down from the mountains, Elara noticed a lantern flicker strangely. She leaned closer and, to her surprise, saw a tiny figure inside a miniature human no taller than a teacup. The figure waved at her, its eyes glimmering with light. Startled but curious, Elara reached out, and the figure whispered, "The darkness comes tonight. The mountains stir. You must go." Elara's heart raced. The town had always been peaceful under her care, but the lanterns had never lied. That night, a rumble shook. Shadows seemed to twist unnaturally, forming shapes that slithered across the streets like living smoke. The townsfolk fled to their homes, shuttering windows and bolting doors. Only Elara stepped out, lantern in hand, guided by the small glowing figure. The figure led her to the edge of the mountains, to a cave hidden behind a waterfall that glowed silver under the moonlight. Inside, Elara found a chamber filled with ancient lanterns, larger and older than any she had ever seen. They hummed with a strange power, pulsing in rhythm with her heartbeat. In the center of the chamber lay a crystal, dark as night yet faintly luminous. The little figure pointed to it. "That is the heart of shadows. It's sad. It wakes once every century. It feeds on fear, grows stronger with each soul it touches. You must light it, or it will consume everything." Elara's hands shook as she raised her lanterns. She felt the weight of her ancestors in that moment, their courage, their care, their duty. She placed each lantern carefully around the crystal. As the last wick ignited, the chamber erupted in a radiant glow. Shadows hissed and recoiled, retreating into the crystal's depths. The heart of shadows trembled, then shattered, scattering fragments that turned into tiny lanterns, floating up to the cave's ceiling like stars. Exhausted, Elara sat on the cold stone floor. The little figure hovered beside her and whispered, "You are the lantern keeper now, not just of streets, but of worlds." Before she could respond, it dissolved into a spark of light and vanished. When Elara returned to Avelora, the townsfolk emerged from their homes, astonished to find the streets brighter than ever, the night filled with a calm glow. From that day onward, the lanterns never went out, and Elara, once just a keeper of lamps, became the guardian of light itself. But sometimes, on stormy nights, when the winds howled down the mountains, she would hear faint whispers from the shadows, and she knew her work was never truly done. The lanterns hummed in reply, a song of vigilance, courage, and hope, and Elara listened.